And we are back. Welcome to my day 4 predictions for Euro 2024 after a day of overarching feeling of disappointment. Firstly, at England's overall performance, despite getting the win. And if you want to see my actual reaction to that game, then you can by checking out the link available in the top corner of your screen right now. But not only was there disappointment at England's performance, but also my own performance in yesterday's predictions. I completely underestimated Poland, despite the fact that the Netherlands still won. So fair play to them for producing a very good performance against the Dutch without having Lewandowski. Secondly, for them bottling, going for the draw for Slovenia, Denmark. I said several times in yesterday's video that I could see that game being a draw, but I thought Denmark would just edge it, and they didn't. And then finally, for completely ignoring the most obvious result for the England game, which was, of course, 1-0 to England, which, again, I even said I had put 1-0 up until I actually then hit record for yesterday's video when I then changed it to 3-1. So disappointments all round for me yesterday, but hopefully we can do a little bit better today in the day 4 predictions. And of course, if we are about to get into it and you haven't done so already, please do consider dropping a like on this video and subscribing to the channel if you're new around here. We are, of course, doing these videos every single day. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Day 4 of Euro 2024 in match day 1. And we get things started with Romania against Ukraine in Group E. For some reason, they've split Group D so far that it was the first game of yesterday and the last game of today, and we're now going to shove Groups C and E around the 2 group games for Group D. Very bizarre from UEFA, but we start off with Romania and Ukraine in Group E first, and I think this is a pretty clean-cut one. Obviously, I don't want to be underestimating any more teams. I've done it a couple of times already in this tournament. Romania are here on their own credit. But, again, if you look at the actual setup, style of play, players available, on paper, Ukraine are just a better side. They just are. The one thing that is in Romania's favour is they don't tend to concede that many goals. They have a lot of 0-0s and a lot of 1-0 wins, which is why Romania have got themselves to this tournament. But again, I think the calibre of opposition, even when they've been getting those results, haven't been at the level that what Ukraine are. And I think Ukraine are just a better team than what Romania have been playing against recently. And I think they're a side that are obviously looking to get out of this group. I think Ukraine have a very good chance of getting out of this group as a second-place team at the bare minimum. So I'm going to go for Ukraine. I'm going to go for 2-0. I'm not going to go crazy. Like I say, Romania are a very well-organised team and they're going to put up a fairly decent resistance to Ukraine in this match. But ultimately, I think it's going to be a 2-0 win to Ukraine. The other game in Group E sees Belgium taking on Slovakia. And I have a pretty good feeling about Belgium until they come up against serious opposition. They obviously had a very, very good group qualifying stages. Lukaku, comfortably the top goal scorer in qualifying. He's going to be looking to extend that run of form in this group, in a group where, quite frankly, Belgium should be quite comfortably beating all 3 of Romania, Ukraine and Slovakia. Again, I speak about statements. Certain teams have made certain statements over these first 3 days. Could we have another Poland situation where Slovakia have a much better performance than I'm expecting? I don't think so. I think this is going to be another one along the lines of the Scotland and Germany match. And I'm going to go for 4-0 to Belgium, as I went for 4-0 to Netherlands yesterday. And we shall see. As I said, I'm happy to hold my hands up tomorrow morning like I am this morning, saying fair play to Poland for the performance against the Netherlands. I'm happy to hold my hands up tomorrow morning and say fair play to Slovakia if they produce a really good performance against Belgium. But I look at that Belgian side, I look at the Slovakian side. The Belgian side are comfortably the stronger team going into this game, and they are a free scoring team, as you know. And obviously, if De Bruyne, Doku and that are at their absolute pomp, then there are going to be a hatful of chances for Lukaku to continue to get his goal scoring form at the absolute maximum. So I'm going to go for 4-0 to Belgium, but we'll see. Who knows? Again, Slovakia qualified for this tournament on their own merits. They're more than capable of producing a good performance, even against a side as strong as Belgium. And then finally, we go back to Group D, full 20 or 30 hours later, should I say, and it is Austria against France. Now, again, I don't think this is as clean-cut as people are making it out to be. I think most people would consider France the favourites to win this tournament, but they are in a very tough group, as we saw yesterday, as I keep going on about it, with the Poland and Netherlands game. That's the other 2 teams in this group, and Austria are a very strong side. They have been producing very good results in their friendlies. Again, they've obviously qualified for this tournament on their own merits. They've got Ralf Rangnick in charge, who's tactical approach to football matches is so unique and so effective that he'll be going into this game against France with a very good game plan in mind, with the prospects of getting a win, not just a draw. They'll be looking to get a win against France. So don't rule Austria out in this game. Definitely don't rule Austria out in this group. It's just a case of, like I say, they're going to be against the French. They're going to be against the Dutch. It's going to be tough games for them, but they're going to put up a fight. That said, as I've already mentioned, the French are the strongest side, in my opinion, on paper going into this tournament. And I think they should be beating Austria. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to France. Of always, it's going to be, how do you stop Mbappe? How do you stop Griezmann? How do you stop Dembele? Are they just too much for any defence going into this tournament? And obviously, again, the strength in midfield, the strength at the back. They're just such a solid team in every position of the pitch. It's going to be so hard to see anyone getting a result against them. But I think Austria will give it a good go today. I just think ultimately it's going to be the French that come out on top. And I think 3-1 is just about right. But that is going to be it for today's video. As always, let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out my reaction to the England game from last night. And as always, I will see you again tomorrow morning for day 5.